Hi everyone, this will be level 3B from Bridgemaster, and in case you're wondering what this shirt is, I just got it. It's a retro shirt from Borussia Mönchengladbach from Germany. I always had a thing with German football. I never really had a team, and just this week I decided to support them. Let's do it. Bridgemaster. If I go on my channel again, wait, let me just check, because it's flickering again. I don't know why. Thing with okay, now I can hear myself, but I think I'm fine. It's not actually flickering, it just has something weird on my side, but anyway, let's do it. 3B, I said. This will be 30 boards. Let's try it. Okay. We're in 2 spades. We're gonna lose 3 hearts, and it looks like an end play hand where basically I can just exit with the ace queen of clubs in the end, unless West can give East, put East in somehow. Because so this way I will lose a heart, sorry, 3 hearts and a club. So here in match points maybe you would want to take the finesse, but at imps, which we assume we are playing, you can always just do it this way. So just take draw trumps. I wasn't paying attention, but yeah, trumps had been drawn already. Now I can just exit with a club, and West is forced to play a diamond, or give me this rough and discard in hearts. In match points you would probably try to figure out, oh, it's just a misclick, it's dumb. Yeah, wait, oh yeah. Okay, faster, king. What is here? Actually, it's great. Now you're gonna have all this. Okay, let's make it a bit bigger. Okay, queen of hearts. Let's do it. And if West plays a heart, I can rough it in either hand and discard from the other. And 8 tricks to the good guys. And let's go on. This is a kind of typical level 3 hand where you need one good idea. And of course, it depends, of course, what's your baseline for a good idea and what goes without saying, but normally these are not too hard, but easy to get wrong as well. So we're in 4 hearts. Okay, so the question here is what to do about diamonds, and in particular, what to do when East has the king of hearts. And I think the point is here that that you're fine losing 2 diamonds and a heart, but not but not three diamonds and a heart. So the you can use your spades. How exactly is this? So one good idea is what I need. Um, I need one. So I'm thinking of stuff like, so let's say ace king of hearts, sorry, ace king of clubs. One round of heart, and then play on spades. That's one way of playing it, and if the last spade is allowed to go through, so without east roughing. But that's not too good. The other way I can do it is ace king of clubs, ace of hearts, and another heart. That protects against these having the king of hearts and no ace of diamonds, but is that the best way? I can't see anything better than that. Playing on spades early, it just doesn't seem like anything good. Yeah, okay, so that's what they were trying to test. Again, in pairs, I'm pretty sure I would take both finesses. It's kind of a simplistic way of looking at it, but in pairs, basically, you should take every finesse you can see. Up to a reasonable degree, of course, but yeah. So basically, Mönchengladbach is used to be a big team in Germany, and it's still not a small team or anything. It's 75,000 official members, but they haven't won the championship in like 30 years or so, or maybe almost closing in on 40. And now they are leading the table, and even though Bayern are by far the richest team, and they've won it 7 times in a row, then Gladbach has a decent chance of winning it. So I thought that sounds great. I hate Bayern, so I want to be a part of that. Yeah, this hand, okay, it's one of those things that you either know it or you don't. Okay. I was thinking of. Okay, I can. Yeah, I okay, let me reconstruct what I was thinking about. I was thinking about, okay, I can just draw trump discarding both of these diamonds, but if they force me now, obviously I can't duck because they just continue playing it, and I can't duck forever because that's 4 tricks. So I can rough this once, take 1 round of trump. In fact, I can take 2 rounds of trump, right? Yeah, 2 rounds of trump. They're 4-1, that's fine. I take 1 diamond, and now I can unblock the last diamond from dummy. And if they had played something like a club or a diamond or something, I could have discarded both diamonds from dummy. So that's kind of the cool thing. In this case, yeah, the question was only how many diamonds to discard. Sorry, how many hearts to take before all this unblocking. And in this case, 2 rounds was also fine. In fact, 2 rounds is even better because that way you can see that hearts are 4-1. If hearts had been 3-2, you could have just taken 3 rounds, unblocked diamonds, and came back with or come back with a club rough, and then you didn't need any of these fancy things. This is called not unblocking. Unblocking sounds more like a defensive play. It's called jettisoning. And although I'm pretty sure unblocking is something that everybody would use as well. Jettisoning is awesome. It's like one of these things where the rockets are losing their bottom parts and whatever. Jack of diamonds leading, and slam, putting me to the test. Right at trick 1. Um, is this gonna be a squeeze hand? Doesn't look like it. Okay, now what can be the problem? So like, okay, just like a beginner thought, actually I rarely go beyond that, but the first thought or beginner thought would be, oh, I can just duck this to the queen, and then I will be able to use the diamonds for that, for the club discard in case clubs are 4-1. However, the advanced part of my brain, a small part, but in this case not the silent part, the advanced part of my brain is saying, well, that's great, but if East takes the king and you play low, then East can attack the entry to dummy, so the ace of spades and diamonds will be blocked. And then the expert part of my brain, which is more hypothetical than real, said that's fine, but why don't you just discard the queen of diamonds, so unblock the queen of diamonds on the king. And I think that's the actual solution here. Unblock this. And they're gonna attack that entry, that's fine. Now I can draw trump. So I'm not playing against Gib. It's not a given that West has the 10 of diamonds. So that's why first you need to test clubs as well. And if they're indeed 4-1, which they are, then I have this fallback option, which I assume will work, and it does. So 12 tricks. Not too bad overall until now, but let's do it. Looks like a nice hand with hearts. I don't quite think I agree with the bidding, but nobody asked me. I should also mention that the current shirt of Gladbach is awful. It just looks terrible. Shirt should have a simple design, and they don't. And in fact, the sponsor makes it worse. And this one has a beer sponsor, so it's a famous German beer, Diebels, whatever. I'm just stalling because I don't know what to do, so please forgive me. Is this about restricted choice? Could be. Could it be about something about finessing against West, even though East didn't show anything because East is supposed to play spades? I don't know. So the various things that can happen here. I mean, if I could try to cover it, but normally they don't underlead the king. Though it's not such a bad lead, king jack 10. So anyway, I'm gonna lose 2 clubs, and either a heart or a spade, right? They did attack spades, unfortunately, although they even could have attacked it next trick. Well, I don't know. I'm gonna take the queen. So it is about restricted choice, I guess. Okay, this is the kind of basic stuff where, of course, if you don't know it, then it's hard. But if you do know it, then it's kind of automatic. So not much to add here. The only thing I can say is that, so technically the first thing you would think is that there are two cases that East can have, is either a stiff jack or doubleton queen jack, so queen jack tight. Of course, jack doubleton means that you will see the queen next round anyway, so it doesn't count. And queen jack third, you cannot win. Queen jack fourth, well, East made a weird play, but we will still go down. But so queen jack and jack singleton are the two relevant cases, and in fact, a given 2-2 is slightly more likely than a given 3-1. However, the queen jack doubleton is actually more like half a case, and that's because these should randomize the way they play the queen and the jack. Otherwise, if they have an unbalanced way of playing them, and they will lose out the times that they have the singleton other one. But it's a bit hard to explain. The main point is that assuming they do randomize it, then the queen jack doubleton is more like half a case. So it's more likely that they were forced to choose the jack. So in other words, that their choice was restricted. So this is the principle of restricted choice. And I should mention that many people don't know this, and it's very annoying when you lose against it. But many people also do know it. So okay, we're in 5 hearts. And I think the point here is you want to lose the trump trick to East, so I think the safest way to play this is finesse instantly against West Queen. Or no, I think I messed up the entries. Okay, well, they didn't punish me, but of course the point was to protect the king of clubs. But I could have handled also taking the ace of hearts first, I think, and then running it, because I can always overtake the king of hearts, or yeah, if they force North to rough a spade, then I can come back to my hand with the king of diamonds. And then I go down if it's 5-0, whereas here I go down if clubs are 6-1. So it's not that clear, although I think it's safer the way I didn't play. But nice of Bridgemaster to not punish me for it, I think. Okay, is there anything I'm trying to protect here? Not really. So if I didn't know anything about bridge, I would probably play ace of hearts, ace of spades, low spade. And I'm dangerously close to it right now, so maybe it's true. The annoying part can be that I'm gonna be forced, right, in spades, and I will need to in hearts, and I will need to rough with one of these high spades. So maybe the best way I can do this is duck it once, and then well, ace and another, I think is, I mean, I don't know what I was supposed to do. Am I not making enough tricks now? I am, right? So I don't get it. If I hadn't done this, then what? It's just such a natural thing to duck the king the first round. But I don't quite see why I did it. I don't know. You'll have to look at the solution. Is this about a hard draft somehow? Don't get it. King of Hearts. Okay. I get it, but what's the difference? I don't get this. Can I? Wait. Can't I export this? Okay. South. King 10 9 8. Heart 3 2. Ace Queen Jack 10 9 and Diamond 3 2. West. Let's say West has the four stiff spade. So we're just gonna get the club 8 7 6 for example. And then otherwise the same hands. And 7 6 5. And North. Ace 5 4. King 3 2. King Queen 4. Okay, so it was 2 hearts, double, pass, 4 spades. Okay, so export and VR link. Okay, let's do it. Yeah, I hope this is interesting somewhat. So King of King of Hearts. Yeah, of course I can just take this, and I don't see where it makes a difference. So I need to play. So if I do play it this way, then I'm going down somehow. So that's a bit interesting. But why? Is it just because East now splits the honors? Ah, that's the point, right? So if I now try to draw trumps, then the East will get in, and now there is the hard force that we were. So that's actually what I was saying. That kind of, and now this 6 of spades will actually become high now. Okay, that's then it's pretty obvious. Yeah, I'm sorry for this interruption. Yeah, that's pretty easy actually. Yes, actually I was kind of right, but I didn't quite understand why. Okay, board it. It's ridiculous bidding, just bid 4. Dispute for spades. What are you really afraid of? There's really no need to take that to cover that. Oh. Is this about ducking this? I'm supposed to duck this. If I duck this, then I'm pretty sure I need to duck this. It's a bit hard to explain. So now, whenever they try to rough anything in hearts, they will always just rough some losers. I will try to show you the solution. Although, was this really necessary? I mean, here I just kind of went through the variations in my head, and it was pretty obvious that I can't duck it, but did I have to duck it? I'm pretty sure yes, but again I'm not sure why. There is some kind of a weird guessing thing going on. Ah, of course, because they just played the 10, and then I just, yeah, I need to play the queen at some point, and then these were off. No, that's pretty obvious. Okay, now I'm, yeah, West will just keep the lead, yeah. It's not so hard to explain. It was somewhere in the back of my mind, that's the main point. Okay. 2 spades. Lose 2 diamonds, 2 hearts, and the club. And I guess I need to count some points. Oh, no. Okay, I didn't see it. I wanted to look at the bidding. Okay, West passed and East passed, so that will be the trick. No pun intended. By the way, it's bad technique usually to play the lowest heart if you're lowest anything. So, well, the 10 is maybe fine, but here, for example, I played the 2. So, East has the Ace, King of Diamonds, and West probably has the Ace, King of Hearts. Basically, whoever has the Ace of Clubs cannot possibly have the Queen of Spades. So West would have had 13 points in that case. I can even play a low one because I'm so sure. So in that case, if East has a stiff, then it's necessary to play low. No, that's not even true. Nothing is necessary. You know who has the queen, so you can finesse it whenever you want, or finesse against it whenever you want. Yeah, counting points. You know, when you're 12 and you're wondering when will I ever use all this math, then case in point, you wouldn't be able to count out all these hands without all those calculus theorems and whatever. I don't know. I don't think I'm making a very good point overall, but we have 4 spades, and if I had to guess, oh wait, no. I was gonna suggest discarding a club and the heart, but that's never gonna work, right? So it looks like we're gonna lose 2 hearts, a spade, and the club. So that's not good. We have 4 spades. I can eliminate hearts and play on diamonds and throw them in with the ace of spades, but Okay, well, I can't eliminate anything now, other than drawing trump. The only way I can make this is if... Huh. Was I supposed to discard a club there? No, but that's just down one from the beginning, so... It's just down one. Queen Jack Doubleton is the only thing I can think of. Even Queen Jack third doesn't help if West has that, so... East opened it, okay. That's a pretty dumb hand. I don't know. Was this about... it's also just a restricted choice, I guess. That's the point of this hand, that I have to play East for the... Oh wait, but in a restricted choice I would have needed to take the finance. Yeah, why did I play it this way? I'm pretty sure I played it this way because I remember the hand somehow, subconsciously, but... I was supposed to count out the hand, that's the point. I was supposed to count out the hand. Okay. I was supposed to count out... How many? Yeah. I just completely forgot about that, but yeah, East has... I knew the exact distribution, actually. Yep. Okay, I didn't play it this way, or I mean I did play it this way, but I just locked out. But hey, it's bridge. Everybody knows that's what bridge is. It's a game of chance. Okay, I'm in 6 clubs. Okay, is this one of those hands where I eliminate diamonds? And then exit with a spade? Well, I'm not sure. It's like... Isn't it safer? I'm gonna eliminate these guys anyway. there's no more clubs, no more diamonds. So that's good. And now the question is, how do I do this? So, well, no, if I just play ace queen of spades and he takes it and plays a hard throw. So that's just basically playing for a finesse. That's not enough. So I think the only way I can play this better is taking the hard finesse first. If West takes it and plays back a heart, then I still have the extra chance of hearts being 3-3. Yeah, I can't see anything better than that. Because if I play the, let's say if I play the spade finesse first, and West takes it, and plays back a diamond, then it's just a rough sluff, but it's a rough sluff into nothing. I still need to take the hard finesse, and I think that's the main difference between them. Okay, now I can test hearts. Hearts were not 3-3, and now I need to take the spade finesse. And if this doesn't work, then I really tried everything, and I was wondering about, yeah, playing. I think I know what this is. I think I know what this is. I can take the ace of hearts early. But that's a very fancy line. I was thinking of taking the ace of hearts early, but in the sense of ace and queen, and that's just nonsense. But this is not nonsense. Now we're taking the finesse through east, and now West, when West takes it, and West is out of spades, out of hearts, and West is forced to play a spade. It's a very fancy hand. I vaguely remember the solution even, but I wasn't sure why I would need to play it this way. Yeah, so in case West has two hearts and the spade king, then this is better than the way I played it, because you took away the exit card. And if they're 3-3, you can still test it. That's the nice thing about it. You're basically losing nothing except some chances for an overtrick. Huh, 7 hearts. We're around halfway there. Okay. So the nice thing about Grand Slams, at least there is no throw-ins involved. So we have five hearts. 3 clubs is 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11 tricks. If hearts are 2-2, I will be able to rough 2 spades in dummy. Oh no, even 3 spades in dummy. No, sorry, 2 spades in dummy. I guess hearts are not 2-2, otherwise it's not an interesting hand. But diamonds. Okay, they're 4-0, so at least I know that. If I can rough diamonds high, there's still just 1 extra trick, right? Not quite what I need. that would, it's just one extra trick, and therefore 3, I get to enjoy the last diamond, but I need 2 extra tricks. Oh, this hand is a nightmare, it's super annoying. And I vaguely remember this hand, but I don't remember the solution. I can't come back to my hand so many times. I mean, so suppose, I don't know, I'm just gonna take this ace of spades. This is not the right solution, but just to show you what I have in mind. No, okay, well that's definitely, should have been on the, I meant queen of clubs first and then rough. But then I wasn't sure what to do later. I was thinking maybe I figure it out there, but somehow need to scrape together the 13 tricks. What? You're after N? I didn't even notice. So I can't even do that. What's just drops N? I mean, if I draw trump and try to play on diamonds, even if diamonds are 4-3, that's not enough tricks. I need to draw something in diamond. And apparently playing clubs is not good enough. Somehow I need to set up some kind of cross rough, but seems very complicated. I just don't know. I'm seriously thinking of giving up. There's no throw-ins. Okay, I have 11 tricks. Let's just count again. 5 hearts. Ace of spades is 6. 7, 8. 3 is 11. 2 roughs in dummy. And I guess, okay, so I can start the same way as I did last time, right? Ace of spades. But that's not gonna work at all. Because if I can't discard that spade from dummy, then it's... Okay, I'm just giving up, I don't know. I just like rough diamonds high. It's like a dummy reversal. That's so easy. Ugh. Now I draw trump and then, oh, that's beautiful. Well, I just want to play it. Of course, yeah. Then it's just simply... if you have enough roughs, then it is, yeah, it's a dummy reversal, so it's a bit hard to explain, but... Of this high, yeah, that's beautiful. And yeah, pretty bad form for me that I didn't find this, but it is what it is. Okay, let's go for this. And we need to get to 30 somehow. Pretty strong hand overall. Okay, so we're gonna lose 1 or 2 spades. So if I just draw trump, unblock diamonds, am I supposed to somehow eliminate all hearts? But I can't really do that, right? So West has 5, okay. So I will be able to unblock a few, so to eliminate East hearts, I think. And now if clubs are 2-1, then I can play a little spade and cover whatever West is playing. They are 2-1. I can even eliminate them perfectly, so I wouldn't have needed that, but it looks better this way. And now spade. And East has no choice. East has no good option. Okay, let's do it. If clubs had been 3-0, I would have had a problem. Especially since probably East would have had the 3-0, the 3 trumps. Okay, 4 spades. I will have a problem with trump control here. The smart way of playing these hands is to duck a spade early somehow, but in this case, I don't know who has the queen. But I think it's the only reasonable thing I can do is duck this. It's a finesse against East basically, but it is also kind of ducking. And now I can draw all trumps in peace and enjoy my hearts. You know what I do if they duck it? What do I do if they duck it? Ah, East is out of diamonds. Oh, that's the point. Okay. But did I know that? I didn't know that. Whatever. Let's just go on. A bunch of boards still to go. I'm not sure if I'm gonna finish the whole set. 3 no trump. Diamonds are definitely not my solution, but then clubs are also looking a bit weird. So if I play the king over cross with the ace of hearts and play clubs, that only works if they're 3-3. If I overtake the king, it also works if they're 3-3, but it also works if there's jack doubleton or 10 doubleton. So that's why this is how you play. Okay, I think I will probably take some break or something because this is a bit taking a bit long. Queen of diamonds, queen of spades. East overcalled one spade, that's interesting. So definitely not playing high from dummy, but I think I'm supposed to play low also here. And then finesse into east, into west, so through east. Yeah, I just now west will have nothing to return. Computer is also getting some of these are pretty easy. I will come back in a bit. Welcome back. Let's do the last 14 boards. I think it's working. Let me see just to make sure. Oh yeah, it is working. We're in 4 spades. I have what appear to be a bunch of tricks. So 7, 8, 9 tricks. I'm tempted to duck this twice. Or was this a mistake? Not so clear. I'm just gonna do kind of the first thing that comes to mind. If spades are 2-1, I can actually make it without any special fanciness. So I just do it this way. Overtake this, and the 3 of spades will be the entry. Yeah, this is a very fancy hand, but once you see these, then they're hard to miss. And there you go. 10 tricks. We didn't even risk any particular we didn't risk any over tricks. We didn't put any over tricks at risk because there were none to be had. It's a cute hand, not so hard to see. The hard part was not to use the 2 of spades, but that's also something that you just do after a while. And we have a bunch of tricks. No, not so many. 6, 7, 8. Jack of spades. And now the question is, what does East have? So if East has ace doubleton, then it doesn't matter what I do. If East has ace king third, I need to play the queen. What would I need to play the jack? The low, I don't know. I don't see it at the moment. now the question is, do I play East for the 10 or not? I think it's just again, it's just restricted choice. Mm, is this about? Is this simply that West could play the Jack from Jack third, but then East would have played the 10 a bunch of the 10 already. Mm, just look at the solution. Okay. Okay, so let's try to redo this again, because I could have just tried to get a count. I mean, in fact I have in many other cases. It just somehow didn't occur to me here. So West has 4 spades. So hearts are 3-3. I mean, of course they're 4-3 either way, but I don't know about that. So clubs also break. So what do you guys want me to do? And now it is correct. Or finessing as East, isn't it? Okay, it is. So I was simply punished because I didn't gather as much information as was available, which is fine. So let's I mean, I think that's perfectly fair. Diamonds and clubs, yeah, that's also true. Yeah. So it's the same thing. Restricted choice. In some cases, it's not the same because, in fact, it's not a stiff like the classic case is the Queen Jack doubleton. But sometimes you don't know for a fact that it's a doubleton. It could be that they're false carding you or something. King of clubs led against 4 spades. No opposing bidding, right? There was opposing bidding. Okay, 3 diamonds by East. Let's not forget that. So probably West is a stiff diamond. And they will have the temerity of frothing this club. And West still has a diamond, so that's good. East has 7 diamonds. 7 diamonds and 2 clubs, so now I can count out his hand by drawing trump and counting. I guess East will have three spades, because that way I will know that yeah, no, East did have 3 spades, that's true, but East already used one, the rough, but that's fine. So East is known to have a stiff heart. Now if it's a low stiff, I think I messed this up. Well, the way I played it now, the only way I can make it, which I think is more realistic, is to play the Jack of Hearts, because well, he still could have the king, but okay, but I didn't need to play it this way. I could have played anyway, let's go back and then let me try to think of it more clearly. Because I didn't like that I took away this spade entry to come home to come to my hand. So I took the ace. Two rounds of spades, and now I have to figure out what to do. And basically there are 6 hearts out, and you can think of the possible distributions in 6 ways. So there is one way that East can have the king, one way that it can have the stiff 10 when I would need to play the jack. But there's 4 ways that East could have a low heart, so I don't know. If I play low to the ace, then why should I have the king? I don't get it. Yeah, not the distribution, but what? I thought it goes jack, king, ace, spade back, low, low, 9, and then I made the contract. Oh, why are you trying to tell me? I need 4 heart tricks. I need 4 heart tricks. I need to get rid of. It's not just about the heart losers. I need 4 tricks because I need to get rid of the diamond. Oh, okay, yeah, but that makes perfect sense then. So the only way you can get 4 tricks is by taking the ace and then finessing the 9 later. Because suppose you do catch East with the stiff 10, you still need to play the Jack of Hearts covered by the King and Ace, and then you only have 3 tricks. Yeah, that's a nice hand. I just forgot about how many tricks I need. It's not an excuse, it's an explanation. Seven spades, okay. Just by looking at my hand, it looks like this duel of spades will be important, and it is. So 6 spade tricks, 3 hearts is 9, 10, 11, 12. So I have 12 tricks. There was no opposing bidding, yeah. 2 spades. Bidding from the 60s. Very nice. There's no way I would be able to get a very good count of the hand unless somebody has like 8 hearts or whatever. As mentioned previously, it's the nice thing about playing a Grand Slam is you cannot have you cannot duck anything to rectify the counter or anything. I don't know what else to do here. Was there something super magic, some information somewhere? I don't see it, so. Oh my god, I know what it was. I know what it was. You could have tried to rough out the Diamond Queen, right? It's much better than a finesse. No. Of course, yeah. You discard diamonds on the hearts, and then you can just play for diamonds to be 3-2. Unblock this. You need to unblock it anyway at some point. Take 2 rounds of trumps. Try. Hope for the best, of course. It's not true, but now you have this. It looks like kind of a natural thing to do, discarding a club, but it's wrong. It's just, yeah, it's pretty obviously wrong, in fact. And the 2 of spades, as mentioned before, is the key card here, granting us access to dummy late in the game and saving the day. Let's go for it. 10 more boards. Seem to remember this hand actually. everything seems a bit awkward here. So going to the basics, if I just take the ace of clubs, play a heart, somebody will take the trick with the 5 or the 6 or something and play back a club. Then I can draft one club in dummy, but I will be useless, helpless against the future defense. If I try to draw trump, unblock club, some ace of clubs, ace king of diamonds, unblock, no, ace of clubs. Let's say I take 3 rounds of diamonds. And they will probably, well, if somebody drops in, then that's already 3 tricks. I can't do that. But if I take 2 rounds of trumps and play ace king of diamonds, ace king queen of diamonds, then I will have another problem here. But because if clubs are 3-1, then they can rough the dime. Oh wait, that's still okay. Is this then the solution? Oh, but it's not so easy. Yeah, so that's the only thing I can think of. If East roughs in at some point, no, West roughed in. Ah, no, that's fine. Yeah, I mean that's bad. Yeah. Now they have the ace of hearts. Is the whole point only to exit with the king of hearts? If it's really that, then it's pretty simple, right? So ace, and then I still take one more round of clubs. If they're 2-2, then I'm called after playing on diamond. They're not 2-2, and in this case, then I need to assume that East doesn't have, that East has the ace, right? But is this enough now? It's still not enough, right? You need to exit with the king of hearts on trick 2, maybe. Yeah. I was just worried about trumps being 2-2, but if they're 2-2, then I'm happy whatever they do, right? Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. And in fact, it was pretty easy. It was a super easy hand. Yeah, sometimes I'm not quite sure if the solution is easy or hard or what. And, but in this case, I mean, at least playing the King of Hearts is a case where I know what I'm playing for, so that's something I often say. Even if it seems wrong, at least you know what, how it can be right. So, four spades east, east overcalled. I know east opened and rebit hearts, and west actually passed over one heart. So west doesn't have too many points. But I mean, I can't think past playing a diamond early. Okay, West has the ace of diamonds. That means that East definitely has the the king of spades. Problem is East will now overoff, yeah. But this information I only got after. Well, I can't take the ace of spades directly. Saying that if West has the king of spades, then East definitely has the ace of diamonds. Although, how much does that help me? I hate bridge so much. Okay, let's try to think about this. Ace of hearts. Ace of hearts. Okay, let's look at it. If I just play a diamond, I mean, I just want to see it. I'm not sure if it's right, but. It's one of those hands that if you think that West has the ace of diamonds, like you would say, well, the only way we will have a problem if is West has the ace of diamonds, and in that case we will have this or that problem. I don't think it's a problem if I lose it, because I'll have enough. I know I won't, right? Oh, wait. But I'm still fine, am I not? Because if East did have a stiff king. So somehow I managed to scrape together 10 tricks. I don't know if this was the best way, but. We can look at the solution together. I'm so rusty. Like 5 or 6 years ago, I would have instantly noticed this, but it is an awkward hand. So like, the way you would say it is, well, if East has the ace of diamonds, then I have no problems. So let's assume that West has it, but in that case, East must have the king of spades. That's why you would play it this way, but. Yeah, but that's what I don't understand. So. Yeah, it would be just like a club, a diamond, and a spade. If West has the king of spades and East has the ace of diamonds, so that's the point. It's a pretty easy point, but it still looks like an ugly hand or messy hand. Let's see. Jack of clubs against 4 spades. I would love to be able to lose 2 hearts on a diamond and then somehow enjoy the diamonds, but I probably... no, but I don't need to enjoy anything. The only point is, how do I play spades? West opened 1 heart. And didn't lead heart, so that means that East has a heart honor. Usually the king is the one you would place. Okay. Okay, so East has the king of hearts and the queen of clubs, so that means that West must have the queen of spades, because otherwise that would be a 7 count already. Yeah, that's pretty funny. This is something that you see more often in books than in real life. But even in real life, when you have partial inferences, it still can help you. So say like, okay, well, West bid something, so they probably have something, and East passed, so they probably have less than something, and you know, similar ideas. So it's just that for Bridge Master, they need to keep them very, very clear cuts. But you know, like such an inference such as, well, with 7 points they wouldn't have passed, that's a pretty safe one overall. Um, 7 more hands. Another Grand Slam. High stakes, you could say. Maybe I need some lights. Let's see. 2 of hearts. Okay, so you don't want to take the diamond finesse, right? So that's why you would ideally want to rough spades high, and the way you rough spades high is ace of spades, spade rough. I shouldn't take the ace of diamonds, because that still could be an important. I mean, there's still the diamond finesse that can be a backup chance, right? Or okay, king of spades, just like that. I don't know what that is. But they're just trying to trick me. Spades are actually 4-3. Except that I messed up somehow. I didn't mess up. It's all fine. Ace of diamonds, spade off. Draw the last trump. And the spade is high, but I still need a bunch of club roughs, so I'm not even close to. That's not nice. Well, I am close. I do have 12 tricks, so moral of the story. I need to. Okay, it's a hard lead. Ace of spades. Club rough. Spade rough. don't get it. How do you untangle all this? How do you make more tricks? I don't get it. Entry management and everything. Something doesn't add up. One thing's for sure that I don't need to duck a spade or anything. It's still a grand slam. Ace of spades spade off, ace of club off. Or do I need to start with the club off? Is this the point? Will that help? I don't see how it would help because didn't I just give away an entry that I needed? Ah, no, I didn't. Ah, this is better. Yeah, I rough this. Then this is the last spade I need to rough. And now I draw trump. Ah, okay. Yep. It's funny, but it's correct. You need to start with the right rough. Very interesting. Okay, 6 more boards. Let's do it. 7, no trump. I don't get it. I just test both. And then they're just both in west, or well, they're supposed to squeeze west somehow, but the problem is that this is the moment where west gets squeezed, and west can just discard the heart because it's known to be west can see what north will have. I think the point is that I need to play the minor suits first. Yeah, and that way I can put some pressure on west. I think that's better. Yeah, that will be in my hand basically. And now I know who I'm playing this against. So what it means is now I just run clubs, so unblock clubs, come back to my hand on diamonds, and then West will need to show me whether or not they need to discard a heart. Yeah, it's a simple squeeze in hearts and spades. It's already a diamond discard. I guess what this means is now West will be squeezed on the last diamond because I guess West has 4, 4, 3, 2 in that order. on this card, West either needs to play a heart, which is, I mean, the heart is in a way definitely wrong because West can see, or West knows that I have 4 hearts. Although West also knows that I have 3 spades. That dummy spades will be high. I guess West has some count already, but anyway, it's just a simple squeeze in the majors. I think this is the first squeeze hand, in fact. Although I did have this one hand where I squeezed Bridge Master, even though I messed up the beginning. That was a funny one. Good times. Mm-hmm. So can I make this on club double finesse? I think I know what this will be about. This is about taking the heart finesse early so that I know how many tricks in clubs I need, because suppose everything goes well in clubs, we have 5 tricks there, but we only have, no. Yeah, exactly, we have, let's say, that's the point, yeah. So outside clubs, we only have 7 short tricks. So if the heart finesse is off, then we need to play clubs for 5 tricks. And the club, if the club finesse is, if the heart finesse is onside, then we can play clubs for 4 tricks. And the way you play for 4 tricks is double finessing as these. The way you play for 5 tricks is single finesse, so low to the queen. We have a bunch of entries. Entries are not the issue here. You could have played the ace first. Ace and then low. I think that's, yeah, that's better like that, yep. Yeah, that's the actual safety play, is take the ace first. It's a tiny bit better. Basically giving up on 5 tricks, but having the best chance for 4. Literally the only way you can lose 4 tricks is lose the possibility of 4 tricks is if West has king check and not a doubleton. So, and with those hands you can obviously not do anything. I'm pretty sure this was already actually in one of the hands. Of course, I mean, I've seen all this before, but you know, it's not enough to be a good player, you also have to play well. I think that was Tarash who said that, or somebody. Four more. They're testing us. I thought it would be a suit combination thing, but it's not a suit combination, it's something else. Because because now I need to rough high. It's playing the queen, playing the 10 is a bit too brutal. If I want to play west for, if I really want to play west for the jack of diamonds, I can do it later. I can do it now if I want, but so this is basically, I mean, it's still a 2-2 split. Nobody roughs, so basically the question is, do you play for the jack to drop or not? And basically it's like the queen, so you shouldn't finesse, I think. It's like missing the queen. It would drop in 2 rounds. I mean, East responded, so some of these hands I really find annoying because it's like, I don't know. I mean, obviously I find it annoying when I make the wrong play, and they usually have a good reason for it, but in this case I just don't see it. So Ace King of clubs, and then what is your reasoning? I have 17, dummy has 6, so that's 23. They have a lot of points missing, so West could have the queen of spades or whatever, so that's not it. I don't see it. Am I really supposed to finesse now? I don't know anything about this hand. I don't know. I just don't get it. Why would I need to finesse against the jack? Hearts. So East has 5-5 in the majors. So therefore East has a stiff. Oh no, that's very nice. No, okay, yeah. Yeah, okay. No, then it was all my fault actually. Okay, I'm pretty sure I know this one. Yeah. The point is you can eliminate everything except clubs and diamonds. Unblock this ace king of diamonds, play a low spade to the queen. And now if West takes the queen, they will be unplayed. Well, it doesn't matter, the jack is already set up, but they would be unplayed. And if East had taken it, then it means that diamonds are 3-3. Some of them are easy, some of them are pretty hard, you know. Just life. Which is fair enough. 6 spades. So the club will go on hearts. Not sure. Yeah, well, the thing is, with club can go on hearts, and we can test clubs. I think that's what they're trying to tell me. Like, I can just test whether or not clubs are 3-3. I don't need to commit to any particular play. You know, combining chances and everything. Discarding a diamond only works if I'm really sure that East has the king, and then I can set up a roughing finesse against them. Last hand coming up. No, that's actually pretty basic stuff, but it's nice to get it right. Huh. This hand is familiar. Is this the same exact hand? Only diamonds were jumbled up, right? Yes. East opened 2 hearts. Am I gonna throw in West? And they will need to underlay the king of diamonds. Is this the point? Be that as it may, I will draw trump. Another 2-2 in this case. Pretty sure this is still right. What? Well, no, I can't throw in anyone, right? Did I waste an entry to dummy at some point? No, there's no entries to dummy at all. I can try to discard a diamond and hope that diamonds are high. It's a huge desperation play, but I can't see anything better. Again, no more throw-ins. They took a trick already, so even that doesn't work, right? Ah, okay. I could have taken the ace before. Let's do it. So I don't think I wasted any entries. Ace of diamonds. Ace of clubs. Yeah, there's just no way I can come back. It's a pretty low probability, but maybe... Okay, oh, wow. I know there's no more trumps, but it can't hurt to try again. $30 boards. 30 out of 30. Please disregard these exits. Yeah, it wasn't perfect, but yeah, what can you do? It is still bridge, and bridge is still hard, so yeah. That's all I can say for now. Well, I still have some coke, so that's nice. I just enjoy it after. Yeah, well, see you around. I'll probably do 3C next week. Wait, tomorrow or next week, we'll see. But yeah, thanks for watching. See you around.